Hello, this is another video from Devon Pond Plants, and today I just wanted to talk to you about the different sizes of water lilies and what their different habits are. A lot of people are confused about what size of lily to buy for their pond, and they're confused between the size they buy it at, the eventual size it might become, and how deep they can plant it and so forth. So I'm going to just explain the four main groups of water lilies according to size. And I'm going to start here. This is a little growing tank full of a pygmy lily called Pygmaea Helvola. There are only three proper pygmy lilies. Pygmaea Helvola, this one, Pygmaea Alba, which is in the tank nearer to you, and Pygmaea Rubra, which is a red one, which I don't have in stock just at the moment. But these are all tiny little lilies. The tubers are no bigger than the tip of your little finger, and they produce these sweet little leaves and flowers. And a lot of people are very tempted to buy these to put in their pond. But the thing you have to remember with these is they are very tiny when you get them, and they will seem very expensive because they take quite a long time to grow to even this tiny size, and they need very specific conditions. Now you can see how we're growing them here in a tank that's probably no more than 15 centimeters deep, in which is 10 centimeters of mud and 5 centimeters of water. So they're in extremely shallow water. It's in a polytunnel for our best growth, but they are hardy. They can grow outside no problem, but they won't start growing properly outside until round about May. You will get some good flowering off them, and they're quite vigorous, but they need very shallow water. They need full sunshine, no competition from other plants, and in those conditions they will do very well for you. But in a cool spring-fed pond they will just wither away to nothing. So for the right place and the right time, pygmy lilies are a lovely thing to have, but not suitable for the majority of garden ponds. The second size group of water lilies generally considered to be small lilies. Now obviously this is a general progression, so some lilies are between small and medium and others are between medium and large, but this is a good example of a small water lily. This variety is called Xiafei. It was bred in China at the beginning of the 21st century, and it's got a lovely intense red colour, and it's nice lily for a smaller pond to a depth of around about 30 centimetres over the water lily itself. It'll grow in quite shallow water, but if it grows too shallow, the leaves will start to come out of the water, as is happening here. Here it's only growing in 10 centimetres of water, so the leaves are starting to come out of the water. And this is the whole point of water lilies. If you like that classic look of the lilies floating flat on the surface and visible flowers, then they need to be planted in the correct depth of water. So this is Xiafei, suitable for 30 to 50 centimetres of water, and there are many other examples of small water lilies, and these are perfect for a small garden pond that isn't too deep. We've just been talking about pygmy and small size water lilies, and this is the next size category up. This is medium water lilies, which is by far the largest group in terms of the number of varieties available for sale. So these lilies are growing in, again, production tanks, so they're being grown more shallowly than they should be. These are suitable for water depths of 40 to 70 centimetres or so of water, and then you'll get the classic look of floating leaves and the flowers sitting on the surface visible. This is a variety called Nymphaea Alba var Rubra, and it is a wild form, but sadly most of them have gone from the wild, growing in northern Europe, and was widely used for hybridization by the early producers of water lilies. But there are dozens and dozens of varieties in the medium-sized category, so you can be pretty much guaranteed to find something that appeals to you in that size group. Again, suitable for 40 to 70 centimetres of water. Finally, the last group of water lilies is the large type water lilies, and there are relatively few in that group, and these will produce the largest flowers and the largest leaves and be the most vigorous of all. In most cases they'll probably be too big for an average garden pond, and we get no end of people come to see us saying, oh, I wish I'd never bought such and such a lily. It's taken over the pond. It's taken me all afternoon to dig it all out again. And it's just a case of choosing the wrong variety for the size of the pond. If you're planting a lily into a lake or a large pond, the bigger the pond is, the bigger the lily you want it to be, because it just looks appropriate for the situation. This variety is called Mrs. Richmond. Some people list it as a pink and some as a red. It's just on the cusp between the two, but I consider this to be a pink lily. And the pads on this lily will grow to be as big as dinner plates, certainly, maybe up as much as 30 centimetres across, and the flowers, as you can see, are correspondingly large. The variety that's just behind, just for example, that's a medium lily called Rose Nymph, and it's got a smaller, very similar looking flower, more cup-shaped, but not quite such a large lily. The single biggest mistake people make when planting water lilies is to put them too deep in the water. So even with a large lily, it's a really good idea not to drop it into the maximum depth of water stated on the label. The label on something like Mrs. Richmond here may well state it's suitable for up to 1 metre of water. But if you drop this 2-year-old lily into 1 metre of water, sure, it'll grow and it'll send some leaves to the surface, but it'll do a lot better if you let it grow at a shallower depth in a warmer situation for a little longer before moving it to a deeper situation. Now, I realise that's not always possible, because the plant will root into the bottom and it will be very difficult to move after a few months. But if you constantly just fiddle around with the pot to make sure it's not rooting too solidly into the bottom, and then move it the following season into deeper water, you'll get a lot better result than if you drop it into the maximum depth of water straight away. Thank you for watching our video on water lily size categories, and if you want to know more about water lilies, you'll find more information on the website, on our water lily page, on our YouTube videos, and in my book entitled Ponds, A Practical Guide to Design, Construction and Planting, available from our website and through Amazon and the usual sources. So good luck with your water lilies.